All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're gonna be in the 140-pound division where Devin Haney got punked. Devin Haney got punked by Gary Antuanne Russell, who Devin Haney is without a doubt ducking. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm gonna do a requested video that not a lot of people are gonna watch, but that's okay because sometimes you gotta do a service for people. And in this particular video, I'm going to deliver a message which is a service to Bill Haney, the father of Devin Haney, who was counting my videos and told some enormous lie that 22% of my videos are about his son, Devin Haney. But since I am somebody that is a big fan of the Haneys, I'm going to work hard to make sure that I do get that number closer to that story that they told by reminding Devin Haney and Bill Haney that they told me that they were going to do something and made a promise to do something that it doesn't look like they're doing. And Gary Antuanne Russell, who is the WBA 140-pound champion, has said about Devin Haney that he fights like an amateur, that basically that he is trash, and reminded him that Devin Haney and Bill Haney said that they were going to fight Gary Antuanne Russell. So I know that it's just a memory lapse of Bill Haney that they forgot what happened when they were clout chasing Gary Russell Jr., the older brother, half to death a couple years ago. Just to take you back a little bit, when Devin Haney was the WBC lightweight champion and nobody was really checking for Devin Haney, Devin Haney jumped into the middle of a conversation that was taking place between Terrence Crawford and Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. said he wanted to smack Terrence Crawford. He wanted to move up to 147 to fight Terrence Crawford. Right at the time, he was pushing to get a fight with Terrence Crawford. Out of the blue, magically, Bill Haney appears on the scene and turns it into Gary Russell Jr. is supposed to be fighting Devin Haney. Like, hold on, man. He was talking about fighting Terrence Crawford, but you jumped into the middle of it? Yeah, we're jumping into the middle of this. And so the whole conversation became about Devin Haney and Gary Russell Jr. because Devin clout chased on the attention Gary Russell Jr. was getting by calling out Terrence Crawford. Gary Russell Jr. was supposed to fight Devin Haney, right? Absolutely not. However, during that time, I asked Bill about Gary Antuanne Russell because Gary Antuanne Russell was campaigning at the time and he was undefeated. He may have been 15-0, 14-0, all knockouts. Because, you know, Gary Antuanne Russell has only lost one fight. And I think the one fight that he lost was the fight that he went to the distance with Puello in a split decision. However, Gary Antuanne Russell came back and won the WBA World Championship off of Rayo Valenzuela. So Devin Haney is right in the same weight class for Gary Antuanne Russell. Do you know what Devin Haney magically is doing, though? He's going to magically jump up to 147 when Jaron Ennis moves up to 147. So now he's okay fighting in a weight class. But before Jaron Ennis moved up to 147 or said that he was moving up to 154 from 147. Devin and Tio and the rest of these guys were floating around talking about fighting at 143, 145, 142, whatever it was. Anything other than 140 pounds so that they don't have to fight. And this is my personal belief. So that they don't have to fight the guys that are in that division that are serious competition. And the number one dude in that division that can hurt all those guys is Gary Antuanne Russell. The same Gary Antuanne Russell that Bill Haney said Devin would be fighting when he moved up to 135. But magically, you don't hear anything coming out of the lips of Devin Haney about Gary Antuanne Russell. You don't hear that. I don't believe you heard anything from T.O. saying anybody's name. But T.O., none of these guys are talking about Gary Antuanne Russell. Gary Antuanne Russell is the man in that weight division, with the exception of Alberto Puello, who legitimately beat him. Some people said, hey, the fight could have went either way, whatever. Hey, I'm okay with the decision for Alberto Puello, so I'm okay saying that Alberto Puello is the man in the 140-pound division. But I don't think that for people, especially for people that are always calling people ducks, like Devin Haney will claim that you ducked him for any reason. It's a duck. He will tell you in a minute somebody's not trying to fight him. But he won't say the name of Gary Antuanne Russell. And we know why that is. Because Gary Antuanne Russell will knock Devin Haney clean out. There's almost no chance of that dude beating Gary Russell Jr. Well, let me put it this way. If he does win the fight, Devin Haney is going to get beat up in the process of the fight. It's going to be something where he really has to fight that guy. But the main reason why it's not going to fight is because there's no real clout to grab off of Gary Antuanne Russell. Like if Gary Antuanne Russell was like Jaron Ennis, Devin kept his mouth shut pretty much about Jaron Ennis, and Bill Haney kept his mouth shut about Jaron Ennis, same way that they kept their mouth shut about Shakur Stevenson until they had to say something about Shakur Stevenson, at which point in time, what they said about Shakur Stevenson was, no, thank you, I don't want to fight. For the video, so as far as my percentage of my videos that I do on Devin Haney, this one should increase the percentage a little bit. But it's just raw honesty. I'm not saying that Devin Haney cannot fight. Obviously, he's a world-class fighter. He was able to get a decision against Vasily Lomachenko. That right there tells you that he is legitimately a world-class fighter. However, Vasily Lomachenko, when he saw Devin Haney in the ring, looked at him and was like, man, what is this, a middleweight? Right? So, yeah, he did well against a guy that he outweighed by 30, 40 pounds. What is he going to be doing with guys that he's the same size as? Or guys that are close to the same size as him, like a Gary Antuanne Russell. Well, or somebody like Jaron Ennis. He doesn't want to fight. Devin Haney is make-believe. They try to take as little risk as they possibly can in a fight for the most reward, and they are staying away from a bunch of fighters. However, it's hypocritical because they claimed everybody was doing that to them, and now but yet they were doing it to other people while they were claiming it was being done to them. And now they're doing it to other people and blame and just straight up in your face. But that's okay. If you don't fight the best competition, you're not going to get better. Okay? And you're not going to get better beating up on little dudes. And once he started fighting guys that were bigger, and he tried walking people down, and all of a sudden his head got spun. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.